Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony Milton. It's a pleasure to be before you today. This is going to be maybe part 1, 2, and 3, depending on how long I have written it out. I want to share another interesting enlightenment that you may have never thought about. I'm going to read it for clarity so I won't miss anything. Who is going to spank you? Who is going to spank you? Once upon a time, you and I were a child. You probably were raised by parents, both parents, your grandmother, or maybe a single parent. Maybe your father raised you or your mother raised you. And when we did something or we taught back to them, we received some form of discipline. You may have received a physical spanking, go to your room, no TV, no telephone, your friend can't stay over, no allowance. And of course, some of us receive a physical spanking that we may have felt that we didn't deserve. Now that you and I are an adult, who is going to spank us? Before I tell you the answer, listen to some interesting thought I had while I was putting this together. I was praying to God about my sinful behaviors of my past. And as He revealed them to me, I realized that I was misbehaving. And even as I was an adult, I'm an adult now, and I still misbehave. And should I call my parents, my grandparents, if they're alive, to discipline me, to send me into a timeout corner, which back then there was no such thing as a timeout corner. You either got a spanking or you're sent to your room. So who is going to spank you? Should I call them and say, grandmother, grandfather, mom, dad, could you please spank me because I was misbehaving? I misbehaved the other day. I knew what you taught me. I've fallen away and I did what I want to do. And some of us were spanked on our hands, and some of us receive a spanking on our rear end till it hurt enough that it should cause us to stop. It may cause us to stop for a while, but then we go back to our own behavior of doing the same old thing. Doing the same old thing that brought us a spanking. When I was in elementary school, I wanted to belong to a group. So I followed the crowd, which I should have known better. And I did something. I think I spoke back to the teacher, and she sent me to the office. Back then, she sent me to the principal office. Why are you here, young man? The principal said. Miss Deco, at the time, my English teacher, sent me here because I was misbehaving. He read the note. He said, come here. He looked to the corner. He had 3 paddles, super duper, big duper, and little duper. And depending on what you had done, he will whip out super duper, little duper, and big duper. So I guess whatever she wrote, I deserve I'm super duper. So I bent over the desk, and he took this paddle, and he raised his hand, and he whapped me, hit me on my rear end. I don't know how many times, maybe one, but I felt the force of the impact that I felt. My whole body felt the sensation of that force, and it really hurt. Now and then, there's no such thing as sending your child to a principal office to be spanked because they can be arrested. And I think some schools allow the parents to get permission, but then the child will fight back, and it's not done in today's society. So you and I, as an adult right now, if you have children, if you spank them, you really spank them, and depending on what they have done, you will spank them. And there's such things which I go in another video Some people receive, like I have, a whipping. A whipping and a spanking is totally different. Some parents would not spank their children. They refuse not to, and that's their choice. But discipline does help. Whether you agree with it or not, it does. Even in the animal kingdom, there's a form of discipline. Even a mother will teach her child the do's and don'ts. And if they refuse to listen, they can be killed by their predator. So there is a discipline in society. It has nothing to do with your belief or unbelief. There is such thing as discipline. You and I will be disciplined. The question is, who is going to spank you? Your grandparents? Your parents? Anyone who raised you? The babysitter? Who's going to spank you? Think on that since you're an adult. You can't call your parents because that would be foolish. If you like what you heard and you want to hear the rest of who's going to spank you, stay tuned for part 2. And if you like what you heard, share it with other individuals. Allow them the opportunity to hear what you heard, that they may be enlightened to realize that they're going to receive a spanking. The question is, who is going to spank them? And what kind of spanking will we receive from being disobedient? We did not escape our behaviors of the past. We will be spanked. The question is, with what, how, who, what, when, where, why, and how, as it pertains to our spanking. Share a comment, like it, subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be before you today. Until next time, stay strong and try not to spank yourself.